American bread has been a little controversial because of its ingredients, taste, and form.
Oh, it's bad. It's real bad.
Of course, there are various types of American bread. The subjected bread in this video is this kind of American bread, with the package and slices and all. Yeah, you know what I mean. The ones that American people are most likely to buy from grocery stores. We are gonna scientifically examine in this video why American bread is actually bad in terms of tastefulness and health. I highly recommend you to watch the video till the end, like the video, and subscribe to my channel if you want to support me in my video creation journey. Let's start.
Bruh.
We love bread. It's tasty, it's cheap, it's nutritious, and oh god, doesn't it smell good. It goes well with almost every meal on a regular day, and it's heavily consumed all around the world. In Europe, an average person consumes 59.4 kilograms of bread annually, which makes 162 grams a day. In America, the number is 24 kilograms, which makes 65 grams a day. It's estimated that there are more than 20,000 different types of bread worldwide, even though it's highly difficult to give an exact number of how many different kinds of bread exist in the world, because bread is a staple food in many cultures. Every different culture has their own different recipes, unique ingredients, and different techniques to make bread. Many cultures are renowned for their excellent bread making skills and unique bread recipes that have been shaped by their lifestyles and traditions over centuries. France, Italy, Germany, Turkey, Morocco, and India are just a few examples of countries famous for their bread making culture.
Bruh.
Americans are outstanding at many things. However, when it comes to bread making, they have not been known for their excellent, tasty, unique bread. But why are they so bad at this? I want to start shortly with the roots of bread in human history. Humans cannot live on raw grain. Neither our teeth nor our digestive system is appropriate for such a diet. So we must transform raw grain into palatable food through different methods of cooking, which are basically sprouting, fermenting, roasting, boiling, and baking. Grinding and baking grains into bread boosts the nutritiveness of the food and releasing nutritionally unavailable carbohydrate. Bread also can be stored and transported easily, which has made it a highly attractive nutrition for thousands of years. The exact origins of bread making are actually unclear. However, it's believed to have developed independently in various parts of the world, including ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and ancient China. In ancient Egypt, bread was not only a staple food, but it was also a symbol of life, and it was even offered as a sacrifice to the gods. The earliest evidence of bread making dates back to the Neolithic era, when humans began cultivating grains such as wheat, barley, and rye. The development of agriculture allowed for the domestication of these crops and production of flour, which could be mixed with water and baked into bread. In ancient Greece and Rome, bread was a common food item, and different varieties of bread were created depending on the region and available ingredients. In medieval Europe, bread was typically made from rye or barley, because wheat was less common and more expensive. Bread making became a specialized craft, and bakers formed guilds to regulate their trade. In the 19th and 20th centuries, bread making became more mechanized with the invention of the bread slicer and the commercial production of sliced bread. Today, bread is available in many different varieties and styles, from traditional sourdough to sweet bread like brioche. Okay, let's get to the subject. Why is American bread the way it is? There are several factors that are major effects on American bread's taste and form, which can be attributed to variations in ingredients, baking methods, and cultural preferences. Factor number one is flour. American bread is typically made with wheat flour that has been heavily processed, resulting in a finer texture and softer crumb. Processed wheat flour, also known as refined flour, is a type of flour that has been milled and processed to remove the outer bran and germ of the wheat kernel. This results in a flour that is finer in texture and has a longer shelf life than whole wheat flour, but also contains less fiber, vitamins, and minerals. Wheat flour is also a source of controversy due to its potential negative health effects. Some research suggests that the consumption of processed wheat flour may be linked to an increased risk of obesity, diabetes, and other health problems, as it's high in refined carbohydrates and can cause spikes in blood sugar levels. The factor number 2 is yeast. American bread usually relies on commercial yeast to rise, which can result in a softer, fluffier texture. Commercial yeast has been widely used in American bread since the late 19th century. Before the development of commercial yeast, bakers relied on natural fermentation to leaven their bread. Natural fermentation involves capturing wild yeast from the environment and allowing them to multiply in a mixture of flour and water, resulting in a sourdough starter that can be used to leaven bread dough. The first commercially produced yeast was introduced in the United States in the 1860s, and it quickly became popular among bakers for its convenience and reliability. While some artisanal bakers continue to rely on natural fermentation for their bread, the vast majority of American bread today is made with commercial yeast. This has allowed for the mass production of bread and other baked goods, making them more accessible and affordable for consumers. And factor number 3 is sweeteners. American bread often contains added sugar or corn syrup, which can make it taste sweeter than European bread. European bread may have a more subtle sweetness that comes from the natural sugars in the flour and the fermentation process. Sugar is the most widely used sweetener in American bread, and it's often added in the form of granulated sugar, brown sugar, or molasses. Sugar helps to feed the yeast, which produces carbon dioxide gas that causes the bread to rise. It also helps to enhance the flour of the bread and can improve the texture by making it more moist and tender. Honey is another popular sweetener used in American bread, and it's often added for its distinctive flour and natural sweetness. Honey can also help to improve the texture of bread by making it more moist and tender. Factor number 4, additives. American bread often contains various additives such as preservatives and dough conditioners to extend its shelf life and improve its texture. European bread may be more likely to use only natural ingredients and traditional methods. Here are some of the most popular additives that's been used in American bread making. Dough conditioners. These are additives that help improve the texture and handling of the dough. Examples include enzymes and oxidizing agents and emulsifiers. Preservatives. These are additives that help extend the shelf life of bread by preventing spoilage and mold growth. Common preservatives include calcium propionate and sorbic acid. Vitamins and minerals. These are often added to bread to help fortify it with nutrients that may be lacking in the American diet. Common examples include iron, riboflavin, niacin, and folic acid. Sweeteners. As we mentioned earlier, sweeteners are often added to bread to improve its taste and texture. Flourings. These are the additives that add flour to the bread. Examples include herbs, spices, and extracts. Coloring agents. These are the additives that are used to give bread a consistent color or to enhance its appearance. Factor number 5 is variety. American bread is often standardized and mass-produced, resulting in a limited range of options. European bread, on the other hand, comes in a wide variety of styles and flours, reflecting the diversity of cultures and traditions across the continent. Sometimes American bread may also be enriched with additional ingredients like milk, eggs, or fats to enhance their flour texture. Overall, the process of producing American bread is highly automated and efficient, allowing for mass production and consistent quality.